Hello, and a very big welcome to the Barstewards Inquiry first day Cheltenham Debrief. Myself, Lee Keys, systembet.co.uk, and as always, chewing the fat this evening to discuss the first day's action is John Leng of John Joe's Blogspot on Facebook.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. It was a fascinating first day. Got to say, at one point the punters were looking like I wouldn't quite say it was Annie Power scenarios of accumulators, but certainly there was a bit of interest on social media. Appreciate it went in the big favourite. Shishkin followed up. Honeysuckle followed up in the champion.
Blogger was on the verge of getting the Kleenex out, wasn't he?
Well, you can imagine the Blogger and Stallion with Concertista. You could, I mean, there was. This is it. You see, I mean, it's great for racing in some respects, but the bookies must have been absolutely mortified on the running as Concertista hits fives on the machine as it takes it up. There must have been people sat there with possibly a lucky 15s or their hackers absolutely bouncing, thinking this is it, only to be done by Sneezy and Fat Gordon with Black Tears, who decided it was not the day for Concertista, and this wonderfully game mare, by the way, decided it was going to do everyone's hackers, John. Sickening scenes, yes?
Well, certainly sickening for the Blogger. It was... He tweeted very despondently after that race. I think the accumulator went for a Helmut Schmidt anyway.
I mean, I did feel certain people's pain. I did look on Twitter, and there were certain people posting slips and and run on bets, and you're thinking, is this shades of sort of Annie Power? It wasn't on Annie Power's scale, I do concede, but it was still like, for some people, it would have paid for the week and beyond, I would have imagined. But anyway, that's it. The bookies live to fight another day. They had big winners in the handicaps today. Vintage Clouds, 50s on the machine, and Jeff Kidder for Nolan Eads springing that one.
Our old mate, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I spotted this as a 3-year-old. By the way, I'm not taking any plaudits. Did I back it? No. I'm just saying that I spotted it as a 3-year-old handicapper for Noel Mead. He obviously got off a nice mark. But to even suggest it was going to win that today, don't know, pass. But they were the handicap winners. And then Galvin to finish off in the National Hunt Chase. Right, going through the races, John. Appreciate it. Won the first today, the Supreme. Looked a bit of a non-event for me. I can't see many that's run the race there. Ballyadam beaten 25 lengths, clouted the third last. Appreciate it. It was a good performance, but I wonder what ran the race in that.
Beat some absolute corpses today, haven't it? I mean, Metier was beaten halfway down the hill. Some mystifyingly bad stuff.
I mean, Ballyadam did make a bad mistake. And that was the race end really for it. But apart from that, I mean, bearing in mind that the second horse that unluckily came down at the last, Blue Lord, that was sort of penciled in for the county hurdle. And again, I reckon it was the owner, Simon Munier, probably thought, well, the Supremes, it's cutting up. There's not many runners, may as well have a crack rather than a big field county. But
I was a bit sickened at that, to be honest, because I was on Blue Lord for the county.
Absolutely.
And for my mind, it had been suited to a faster pace anyway.
Yeah.
Apart from the last, he jumped absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And I was just left thinking, what a waste, really.
Yeah. And it was running a time 5.32 seconds slower than standard. Not the quickest time of the day. The champion hurdle beat that, but still appreciate it showed his solidity and why he was a solid favourite and heavily backed the night before. Second race of the day, we saw the Arkle Trophy. Shishkin went off a very heavily backed 4-9 favourite. About 155, I think, near the off on the exchanges, as a little bit of opposition came in for it. maybe due to the Henderson form, etc. But what a race setup it had, John. I mean, did you see that? Did you see the two idiots on the other two?
That's the thing, isn't it? He's made two absolute grizzlies there, hasn't he? It was tricky for Rachel because if she left the other one alone, he gets a softie, doesn't he? But and her horse was probably pulling a bit hard anyway. He jumped lovely the first half dozen fences, but he was always doing too much.
Yeah.
As a result, gets all mankind at it as well. And at the end of the day, Shishkin's breaking out because they haven't won the races.
Yeah, totally concur. I was a bit incensed on Twitter today because everyone was lauding it as some kind of absolutely world-beating performance. The way I see it, it's shown absolutely nothing more than what it's shown all season. It's beat the runner-up by 3.5 lengths more than the Doncaster pushed out. You know, I'm laughing at the Racing Post ratings. They've given the third horse £2 more than its official mark. Well, how can Captain Guinness have run £2 better than its official mark, pulling its cock off for the entire? You know, I mean, absolutely ludicrous to say that horse has run to any kind of official mark. If it had pulled like that in a handicap off 153, it would have got beat 77 lengths. You know, there's no way that horse could have run its race today, and so that for that reason, like I pointed out myself on social media today, I said that Shishkin barely has ran above his official rating of 162. The Racing Post say 172. Good luck with that. As I said, this is what separates people that do it for a living and people that sit at home cheering them on and saying, "Wow, what a performance!" etc., etc. Shishkin, a fantastic animal, but as I said, has he improved on anything he's shown so far? No, not in the slightest, in my view. We had the Ultimate X. John, I know you're a bit sick here because I know you like Happy Go Lucky, and he ran into a big Gallant Grey today. Were you a bit sick afterwards?
I was a little bit sick, to be honest. I thought he was going to win turning in.
Yeah.
Needed a bit of momentum from the last, clouted it instead. Can't knock the lovely old Grey for running on like hell, can you?
No.
You know, I think that was his 5th attempt at the race. I probably backed him in 3 of them.
Well, I mean, like you said, he had got good course form. Everything sort of said if he ran his race, it weren't a vintage year. We were discussing this in the original pod, and we said we were surprised at the lack of depth of some races. And like you said, maybe that was a little bit. I know it's after timing. I don't want to have to time 50s winners, but some people I know have backed this on the strength of its previous runs at the festival. So fair play to them. But I did feel fear. I honestly thought coming to the last, I thought with a good jump you're gonna go mightily close. The last didn't help. But by the by, it is one of them things. On to the champion, Honeysuckle the mare. Destroyed them. Obviously, things went right for her in the race in the fact that Goshen decided he wanted to hang up Presbury Hill, and that was it. After that, you basically got Epatante wasn't jumping that fluid in rear, and after that, again, possibly not that much to beat, John.
Possibly not. Wonderfully impressive in beating not much. You know.
Yep.
Delighted for Blackmore that she won a championship race. I think that's well deserved. I thought she rode it very coolly, kept it simple, kicked on when she needed to, and well deserved to win a championship race.
Absolutely. I mean, Rachel Blackmore, for a while now, has said to me that, from my analysis, is that she's up there, right up there with the boys. I know women jockeys don't like that comparison; they just want to be considered as jockeys. But in this day and age, as punters, there's still that there will always be that stigma of male and female. That's just how it is in racing for me at the moment. Doesn't deserve to be like that, but at the same time, the fact that Rachel Blackmore's won the champion, and my point's made here, it'll be on the national news, the 10 o'clock news, and they'll be making a deal of it because it is a female jockey. So that's my point. if they want to be considered as normal, then it wouldn't be a big deal that it would be a female, but they will make a deal of it that it is a female. And as I said before the race, I'm not a fan of mares in receipt of £7 in championship races because you go home with the champion hurdle trophy, but at the same time, like Sharjah, connections of Sharjah, Richie, no one feels sorry for him, but the point is,
if anybody else had been second,
yeah, I'm just saying,
yeah.
if this is, I mean, from my point of view, if this had been like a northern trainer that had trained the second, and you're having to give it 7, and let's say this mare ends up a double champion hurdler, getting the 7 every year.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
The only thing with it being Richie, you just wish it'd been a short head, don't you, really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Then it can be really complaining. Yeah, so no one feels sorry there. Go on to the close brothers, the mare's hurdle, and that was the coupon buster, as always. There's always one coupon buster. And Black Tears getting up close home. I know, John, you were critical of the ride on Roxana. You felt Harry Skelton should have kicked sooner.
Also gets 3 miles well. He's going well halfway down the hill. I don't see where he's hanging on till there to use the turn of speed.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's it in a way. He did get swamped for foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, sheep. Terrible. But yeah, I think the ground possibly quickening up as well at that point.
Again, all the more reason to make my use of it.
Yeah. I to be honest, it's fair comment. Like he didn't get beat far. Less than just under 3 lengths, I believe. Like you say, decisions can make.
He can have nearly nicked that, couldn't he, coming down the hill?
Yeah, possibly, because we did discuss that again on the pod about, you like Roxana. I understand you're in best form in the race by a mile. Problem is, it all came half a mile further. So, like you say, and the time wasn't amazing, so you could probably say they crawled a little bit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So she might have left some running there.
She runs over the line, I mean, that's the thing, she hasn't been curling up.
So. We go on to the Boodles juvenile handicap hurdle, the Fred Winter, with good old Jeff Kidder, Pippin St. Sam in the closing stages. Any view on this, John?
Well, St. Sam's run a ripper for starters.
Yeah.
Good point that there was a Triumph favourite.
Yeah.
I thought Paul Nicholls also ran well. My horse nearly got decked at the top of the hill, but I thought Slevin had probably froze by then anyway. He didn't seem to know whether he wanted to shit or haircut throughout the race.
Yeah. Or Buddleston. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit untested at big meetings. Maybe we should have factored that in.
Yeah. I mean, obviously a shock winner for most. I think St. Sam's run, like you said, I think if you're on Zanahiy anti-post, I think you sat very pretty right now, because I wouldn't want to back anything other than Zanahiy come later this week in the Triumph. Only thing that possibly is a concern is the quickening of the ground. Is that gonna favour Tritonic in a little bit of quicker surface? Zanahiy has obviously been playing his trade on, what you'd say is quite testing ground this winter. Now, whether Zanahiy is...
It'll bother him, to be honest.
No. Well, he's got such a turn of foot that I mean, the way you can just quicken and finish a race, that's it. The slowly run race at Christmas at Leopardstown, where he was like you're thinking you might be in trouble here, but he settled it in strides off a slow gallop, and you're thinking, well, to do that, you're pretty smart, because if that was a way to get beat, it could have been a way to get beaten. But yeah, we're all Zanahiy camp here at Barstred. Last race of the day, John finished the day nicely. He backed, he had a Dutch, I think, didn't you? Escaria 10 and Galvin.
Well, Galvin was me one in me exotics as well, you see, so
yeah,
that's why I had slightly more on Escaria 10. Just to sort of balance things up a bit, but yeah, perfectly happy with how that panned out.
Yeah. So, I mean, to sum up day one, not a bad day. I did all right. John's done all right. Hope you did all right. Other things to discuss today, just briefly. ITV COVID thing, John. Did you see that?
Couldn't believe it, to be honest. They can't have thought that through because that was just utterly stupid, reopening old wounds. And why revisit that? I mean, racing got so much stick over it. Yeah. And then to bring it all back, just absolute foot in mouth territory. Ridiculous.
I mean, you wonder who's in charge of output there, because it's like, I mean, we've touched on this on our regular podcasts every week,
yeah.
And we've said that racing has this uncanny habit of trying to appease people that will never be fans of the sport anyway, And this seemed like that today. This seemed like we're racing, but we recognise the mistake of last year. When why on earth are we even talking about last year? It's as if we're trying to appease someone that might be casually watching that doesn't give a shit, basically.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. And the BHA are guilty of it. ITV Racing are now guilty of it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's terrible for the sport. And watching the reaction of a lot of racing celebrities, media, tipsters, pundits, you name it, everyone was in agreement that everyone was in shock at that terrible. What a terrible thing to do on ITV1, basically. Not good for racing.
They just shot themselves in the foot, did they? They shot the double barrel right up their own backside.
Do you like the 5 Irish train winners on day one, Nuts and Hay?
Well, yeah.
They've had 5.
They're probably disappointed. But they could have had more there, couldn't they? They're different. They're not even playing the same sport at the minute.
5 winners. So well done, Ireland. There, you're well on your way to your 20 winners.
That used to be the total, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Nuts and Hay. We know
they had good squads coming over with Tommy Carberry riding a few, didn't they? And they went home with 5 or 6 winners. Everybody was happy as Larry. They're all polishing the shit early, and now, it's 5 winners a day minimum.
And I don't know what you feel, John, but I don't feel Popeye isn't in that much form for the remainder of the week. I know Shishkin's won, but you look at the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably still play them 2 in the Coral Cup tomorrow at a very small stakes.
Can't follow you at prices.
But I'll just have them win show and no loss really more than anything. And I can't bet them as I would have bet them if I felt the stable was flying. Yeah.
And on to tomorrow. Any changes tomorrow in regards to ground or because obviously it is looking like good to soft. Possibly going to, with that 14-degree temperature today, might dry out a bit.
You wouldn't roll out in putting a splash on, I don't think.
It's probably later this week, as daft as it sounds.
I think you could do that, yeah, definitely. It'll be good ground tomorrow, I would have thought.
I mean, going through just briefly, races tomorrow. 120, the Ballymore. You still Bob Ollinger?
Yes, he's in the multiple of Galvin, and I'm knackered, maybe.
Yeah, brave man's game for me. 155 Cheltenham, the novice chase, the Sun Lions. We have to say Sun Lions. Monkfish.
The Lap of Honour, yeah.
Yeah, Lap of Honour. I would say, folks, just have a little bit on Sporting John in the place markets and just exotics, etc. Sporting John at a price. Next race, the Coral Cup. John, are you sticking with your Henderson?
I've got the Henderson ones back small, and I've also had a little bit on Sneezies for the morons because I've duplicated the Daft Double as well.
Yeah, got old Sneezy. Yeah, 2 winners today for Sneezy. Yeah, Big Gordon riding the thoroughbred back home, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 4th race, the Queen Mother. Obviously, probably Shishkin post-war by default now.
Can't look past it. I won't be having a bet, I don't think.
No, I agree with that, actually. No bets for us either in that. Cross-country, is this pate and gin time or pate and cups of tea?
I'm having a little bit on Rachel in that one. On Balcony or something like that.
Balcony Flows. Yeah.
Just
look at the price. Look at the price on JP's 4 to 5.
I know.
4 to 5.
I know.
Jesus. Not much there.
No, the vote is a Teddy Fair now, aren't they?
Yeah. Grand Annual. Look at the price. Look at Chosen Mate, John. It's collapsing. They've stuck the kid on Jordan Gameford taking the 7 off. Last year's winner.
That's it.
Yeah. This could be the one. Chosen Mate. I've said it. It were 20s. We tipped it up a while ago. We sort of mentioned it on the pod.
It's got to be a play, hasn't it? I mean, I'm having a bit on Pumpkinheads because I can, but I think Chosen Mate's extremely dangerous, and I could not let it run loose.
Yeah, we like that. And then the bumper. Did we have any views, or did we just? You like 3 Strike Back. Sneezy again.
I did, yeah, and I've actually got one for Lingfield tomorrow as well.
Ooh, go on then.
It's caught my attention that a horse called Insomnia that runs in the 240 at Lingfield is Richard Spencer's best 3-year-old. And it makes its debut tomorrow. Now, unfortunately, there was a bit of 5s early on with Bet365, and they smashed the hell out of that. Yeah. And it came into 7 to 4 anyway. Other firms have adjusted. It's 3 to 1 at the minute. There's only 3 can win this race. The danger would be the Alan King horse. That got hyped straight into Group Company after running a maiden last year. It ran in the Coventry and then ran in the 7 furlong Group 2 at Goodwood. Didn't cover its selling glory either, to be honest, but obviously it's got the rating in the bank. The Gosden horse, that's second favourite, I'd be worried about the head carriage. If this Insomnia as they say it is, I mean, my man in the yard says it can run to 80, not knocked about. It's got to be on the premises, but I've won an each-way price, I think.
Currently about 3 to 1. They're having a little go on that. But that's good. So listeners, there, Insomnia from John. I get plenty of that on a daily basis. But anyway, Insomnia tomorrow, 240 Lingfield. Bit of info there.
It's the sort of thing where if plenty went wrong tomorrow and he was easy on it, it could turn out at the Craven meeting at 12 to 1 and you could have a bet.
Yeah. Interesting. So that's good. That's good for our listeners and followers there. Insomnia 240 at Lingfield. What a way to finish the show off. Me and John's done all right today. Hope you have. Don't forget to check back with us tomorrow for the second day's review and obviously updates to any of our selections for the remainder of the meeting. That's all from me and John today. Have a good evening. Bye for now.